We continue with the Fisherman's knives. Last week, we looked at the Angler family that had the Phillips screwdriver on the back. That was the distinguishing feature. And in this video, we will look at the Anglers. As we can see, we have the little fish painted here. You can notice it on camera. This one has a metal inlay, and this one has an extra layer. It is the rarest of the three. We are going to start with the most current model, the one we can find today, where they sell Victorinox. That is, the main feature of the Anglers is the corkscrew. Since it is new, it has the hole for the pin. It doesn't come with the pin, you have to add it. We also have the reamer punch with a sewing eye in this case. Another basic tool is the can opener with the smaller screwdriver, because here we have a larger one. With a wider blade, that would be correct. Bottle opener and wire stripper. We continue with the basic tools and we'll show the small blade, the smaller blade, and then the larger blade where we can see it. It has 3 lines, 1, 2, and 3. The other basic tools are the keyring, in the scale, the tweezers, and on the other side, the toothpick. Well, if it is a fisherman's knife, it will obviously have the tool, which is the fish scaler with the hook disgorger, which, if you remember, that Fisherman used for the cheese promotion, it used it as a fork. There we see the ruler in inches. And on the other side will be the ruler in centimeters. This is the most current one. Wait, I am forgetting something. That is a big difference, because in the current Victorinox Angler, we have pliers that also have wire cutter and crimping functions. We don't have that in the previous version of the Angler. Let's quickly review the tools. The same can opener with the screwdriver. Same. The same will happen with the bottle opener, although in this case, it does not have the intermediate stop like this model did. You see that it stays at 90 degrees? Well, in this one, at least in this case, I was showing you that it has different pliers. The previous model had scissors. The Angler was similar to the Fisherman because it had scissors. There won't be any differences with the fish scaler either. The small blade is the same, so I won't dwell on it much. Here, we will have some difference in the marking, of course, because this one will have 4 lines, umaids. You can see it's 1, 2, 3, 4. The last one, the rust-free, the corkscrew, and it doesn't have a place to put the pin. Another difference is that the obel doesn't have a hole, it lacks the eye. And the same scale tools. There is the difference between the current model and the previous one. And now the rare one. This is the rare one. Take a look, everyone. Let's see. Is there a difference with the can opener? There are no differences with the bottle opener? None either. This one has the old pliers because you can see it has wire cutters, but it lacks the crimper. It is the old pair of pliers. And on the other hand, it will have both tools, the pliers and the scissors. Well, it doesn't have the spring. You can see that the rivet is yellow. There we have it. So it has both tools. And of course, it can't be from the Angler family if it doesn't have the fish scaler. Here we have the ruler in inches and centimeters, exactly the same. And let's look at the blade. This blade that has the 4 lines. And there we have the crossbow. Let's see. There we have the crossbow. It's clearly visible. On the back, it already comes with the multi-purpose hook, meaning it's from after 91, but at the same time, we have the corkscrew, which also won't have the slot for the pin. And over here, the reamer awl that does have an eye. And this is the Deluxe Angler or Waterman. That is its name. So we have the current version. And now I'm going to give you the numbers. The current version is identification number 1.36, 52. They will all be 72 because the little fish. This one, which is the previous Angler model, is the 1.37, 33 point. And the Deluxe Angler or Waterman, it never really had an official name, is number 1.37, 50.7. Let's weigh the anglers. We'll start with the most current model. Let's. Let's go with the scissor model, the previous one. 100 point. And finally, the Deluxe Angler or Waterman. 137. And let's check the width. We already know they are all 91 millimeter. And we'll start with the newest one. Let's go with the first one. Here it is. Let's place it on the table. And we see it has a width of 20 millimeters and a half. Let's see. Yes, 20 and a half. Let's go for the oldest one. Well, the oldest of these three. We already saw there are older ones. Let's go with this one that is 19.5. And, well, one more layer means it has to be wider. This one that has scissors. Pliers. 25. Several from the Victorinox Angler. Initially, we could find it with a can opener that existed between the years 46 and 51. The one that Wenger would later popularize. And there are two 35 models. F, which is a very similar configuration. And in the 236? F, which is something like the handsman with the fish scaler. And hook disgorger, which is popularly called the Angler Plus. Another Angler model comes with a file. This model with a file came out from the start and was even known as the Fishermesser later between the 60s and 70s, and that is when what was known as the Fishermesser arrived, which has blue scales and notches on the scissors for cutting fishing weights. And, well, this model, the Deluxe Angler, would come out in the second half of the 80s, and this model with pliers would be in effect starting in 2001, according to that year's catalog, which shows it as new. I would like to ask you again, since you know I'm not a fisherman, if you prefer the Victorinox Fisherman with the Phillips screwdriver or the Angler with the corkscrew. And if you happen to miss the video for the 234 model, which has one less layer, or the Fisherman model, you can watch them right here.